Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today I'm reviewing High Life. So High Life is the newest film that I'm reviewing in my A24 series. It came out in 2018 and it stars Robert Pattinson. And I have to say, I absolutely loved this movie. It is one of those movies that is unapologetically pretentious, I'm not going to lie. It's one of those very, very artistic A24 films that I think that a lot of general audiences would really not enjoy. It doesn't have a traditional narrative, and that's something that I really actually like in movies. It's something I don't see that often. I kind of like when movies push the envelope when it comes to storytelling, come to imagery, come to narration, just the way that they film movies, breaking the mold. And I know that's not for everybody, and I know necessarily that doesn't necessarily make a movie amazing, but it's something I really enjoy personally. The plot of this movie is actually fairly bare bones. A lot of the movie is basically images and set pieces and metaphors and individual, philosophical issues and just cutting down the layers of each individual thing of the film. It's not like I can just tell you, this is what happens, this is the characters, and this is how it goes. But if I were to do my best shot, basically what it is there are a group of what we would say is like undesirables or criminals, and they're put on a space station hurtling towards a black hole, and they're having science experiments done on them in a way, and they're trying to harness, they think, the energy of the black hole, but in reality they kind of just shot off into space, never to be heard from again. I thought Pattinson's performance was incredible. I think this is the best performance I've seen from him outside of maybe Good Time. I enjoy him in both those films. This one was just excellent. His subtle acting, I thought, was really, really incredible. The subtle intensity, like you saw in Good Time, him interacting with the baby was my favorite part of the film by far. I loved the scenes with him, kind of like a grizzled, older, like just corrupted person dealing with a fresh new baby, and then kind of learning where that baby comes from makes it even more interesting. I really liked it. Like I said, I thought the cinematography and the images themselves are very powerful. They do that classic lingering shots on things. You're kind of twisting and understanding what's going on in this whole narrative. It doesn't follow a straightforward beat by beat thing. You're jumping forward in time, back in time. Also, you have to deal with the fact that when these people are flying through space, they're moving at a different time speed because they're going the speed of light. So they're moving at a different speed than they are at Earth. From what I understood, they say something very quick towards the end of the film. So you have 18 years for them, and it's like 260 something years or something like that on Earth. So it's interesting. You're getting the images beamed back and forth from Earth to the space station. And yeah, it's just seeing this child grow and understand what happened and being kept apart. There's just a lot of really powerful stuff in it. And as for the humans being experimented on, I thought they all gave pretty decent performances. I do really like the fact that this movie is cutting down to what it essentially is to be human, for sexuality, for desires, and kind of camaraderie and coming together. And then you have the fertility images of the garden, and then the character that's played by Andre 3000 kind of like going down into the garden. Yes, I said Andre 3000 is in this movie. I was really surprised. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of lines, but the fact that he was cast and actually sought out to be this character, I thought he did a great job. This is one of the few movies that I actually took the time to watch it with the subtitles on. There is some very subtle language in it. It's not overtly like bash you over the head, this is what the movie's about, this is the metaphors, this is the understanding. They all say things. You kind of can take a little bit away from them. If I were to compare it to another film, it's very similar to Under the Skin, in my opinion, where each individual scene needs to be studied, needs to be paid attention to, and it can be kind of exhaustive to watch. I enjoyed it, and I really liked it, but if you're just casually flipping on this movie and you're thinking it's going to be a sci-fi movie about some guy in space, you'd be really disappointed. I think entertainment value-wise, it's not necessarily the most entertaining movie in the world. When you're watching it, it is kind of a think piece. It's an art film. You're learning a lot through expression and through imagery and through subtle nods and subtle references to things. It's really interesting. There's another way for me to describe it other than a very interesting movie that I really enjoyed. And I think if you watch a lot of movies and you want to see something that's different, see something that kind of breaks the mold, something you haven't really necessarily seen before, very strange, very just creative. And I really liked it. I think it's something somebody like that would really. So overall, if I were to rate this movie, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I really, really, really liked it. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. It's one of those movies where you've been watching a ton of things and you just want to put on something and just really break it down and just dive into it. It's something you could get lost in. I really actually want to watch it again. I rented it for 48 hours and I might actually watch it again tonight because I'm that intrigued by it. There's so many ways I could look at it, so many strange things. I'm like, why did this happen? When is this taking place? It jumps around a lot. And I really think I need to see it for a second viewing. It's definitely a movie that if you did enjoy it and you watched it, I would recommend watching it again. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. And if you saw High Life, how did you feel about it? This is one of those movies where I understand why people would absolutely hate it, and that's totally valid to hate a movie like this. But if you really liked it, I want to know what you think. If you really hated it, what did you hate about it? It's one of those movies, like I said, could go either way. I'd like to see that in the comments down below. All right, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.